On Friday, China's version of Twitter, Sina Weibo, notified its 200 million users that several Chinese web users deemed to have spread false rumors would have their microblog accounts blocked for 1 month. The site explained that one of the sanctioned microbloggers had said the Red Cross Society of China was selling blood to hospitals for profit. These measures have been met with widespread criticism online. Some feel that suspending accounts only serves to magnify the rumors, whilst others see it as part of the government's strategy to intensify web censorship. Last week, Liu Qi, a highly placed official from China's Communist Party, visited the Sina headquarters. He asked the company to do everything in its power to stop fake and misleading information being spread on the internet. Government concern appears to have grown after 2 recent episodes demonstrated the potential power of social media platforms to mobilize social protest. Last month, millions of web users accused government railway officials of corruption and incompetence after a fatal collision between 2 trains near Wenzhou in southeast China. And just 2 weeks ago, microblogs played a highly active role in a mass protest against a local chemical plant in Dalian in northeastern China. Protesters took to the streets en masse on the 14th of August. Their demands were met, and the factory was immediately closed down to be relocated at a later date. More and more Egyptian activists are joining the protests against military trials for civilians. More than 10,000 civilians have reportedly been tried and convicted in military tribunals since the start of the Egyptian uprising in January, something which has been widely criticized online by activists and humanitarian organizations. A number of sites like these ones have been set up to provide support for civilians. The people behind the sites want to show their solidarity with civilians in military detention and, above all, put an end to these military tribunals. The activists are also demanding that those who have already been sentenced be given a new and fairer trial in a civilian court. Social networkers and Twitter users in particular have also joined the campaign. Microbloggers have been expressing their opposition to military trials for civilians under the Twitter hashtag #NoMilTrials. And the Facebook community has also been highly active. A virtual protest was organised on the social network Saturday night, with citizens posting their grievances with the Egyptian army on the official pages of the transitional government and the Supreme Council of the Armed Forces. And it would appear that the activists' efforts are starting to pay off. After much campaigning on her behalf, all charges were dropped against Asma Mahfouz, a 26-year-old woman who was due to face a military tribunal after being arrested on charges of defaming the military on her Twitter account. A dictionary to explain the meanings of words used by Syrian protesters. Wikidizia is a collaborative site open to contributions from web users and contains hundreds of terms and expressions that have become part of everyday language since the start of the Syrian uprising around 6 months ago. The definitions provided are often pretty wacky. Contributors to the site are using self-deprecating humour and define themselves as Mound Us, meaning infiltrators, and described as aliens that multiply after Friday prayers and always keep well away from pro-government rallies. The site pokes fun at the official line relayed on state media by saying Syria is in fact a victim of an interplanetary conspiracy. It goes on to explain that the Japanese cartoon character Grendizer is largely to blame for the country's turmoil, as are the residents of Plutonus, a planet recently discovered by the authorities. And the dictionary also uses satire to denounce the Shabia, the militias with a dogged loyalty to the Assad family, and also the Syrian parliament, nicknamed here as the Council of Applauders. But the regime and its supporters are not amused, and last Thursday the cartoonist Ali Ferzat was beaten up by armed men who targeted his hands. One of his most recent drawings depicted Bashar al-Assad holding a suitcase, trying to hitch a ride with outgoing Libyan dictator Muammar Gaddafi. It looks like train surfing is the new sport in India. It's extremely dangerous and, as we can see here, involves hanging onto a moving train and surfing along any flat surfaces whilst avoiding the many obstacles along the way. Obviously, this is not something you should try doing yourself.